as a busy business owner, you're asking me to look at over-processing, but with all of the time I'm spending on all of the things I'm doing, why should I spend time on continuous improvement?
Yeah, good question. Continuous improvement is very important in a business. It's well said that if you keep doing what you're doing every day, you'll probably end up with the same results. So what's your customer satisfaction now? Do you want it higher?
Yeah.
Do you want to achieve more in your business? Do you want a bigger bottom line? You may not want a bigger bottom line, but you want happier customers.
Right.
Whatever your goal may be, what are you doing about it? So my question and my challenge to you today would be, I have an activity that is value for my clients they're paying for, whether it's internal or external clients. So my challenge to you is, what gets in the way of you providing what you want to do for your client?
Okay.
So your client wants you to produce a widget, or they want for you to produce a video, or they want you to produce a blog, or they want you to, whatever it may be. Now you have you know what your customer wants.
Yeah.
But is there anything that stops you doing that? What gets in your way each day? And you can start with, on continuous improvement, is documenting those activities, whatever it may be, that gets in the way of you doing what your customer wants.
Yeah.
And what will happen then is you can start writing that down and think, that gets in the way, that gets in the way. I'll guarantee to you that at least 30 to 40% of your time is spent on not what you want to do and not what your customer wants.
Right, yeah.
Because you haven't stopped and you haven't written it down. Why do you write it down? Because then you have to action it. Because once you write it down, you know about it. And most of this improvement concept is, when you know the waste is there, when you know that the non-value added activity is there, it's very hard to ignore it.
Yeah,
that's
true.
why you write it down.
Okay.
So yes, continuous improvement is critically important because you're not doing anything about the things that get in the way between you and your customer. And like I said, unless you're doing every activity and action you take is value for your customer, then write it down. Unless it is that. Why? Because your goal is to give them 100%.
Yeah.
And at the moment, I don't know any business that is giving 100%. And I've worked with thousands of companies. There is always something that gets in the way.
Yeah.
And continuous improvement is about fixing that or eliminating it.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about.
So is it, if I've got, say, 10, 15 minutes every day, is that going to be enough moving forward? If I intentionally implement 15 minutes a day thinking about continuous improvement, is that going to be enough to help me move forward in my goals?
Yeah, it's a start.
Yeah.
What happens with business is they say, I haven't got time to improve. Well, my answer to that would be, you haven't got time not to.
Yeah.
Now you start and you say, I can only dedicate 10 minutes. There was a business I worked with once that said, you have 1 hour to help us improve.
Wow.
In 6 months, we got that many improvements from that 1 hour that they close up for a day to do just improvement work because of the value that's in it. So I'm saying, start small, yes, that's fair enough, but never stop. And what you'll find is, hey, I've spent 10 minutes and saved half an hour. Hey, I've spent half an hour and saved an hour.
Yeah.
And you'll slowly build on it, where there'll be a time where you say, my half day this week is on improving my customer service or whatever it may be by making it visual of those activities, and then start eliminating them, knocking them out, or combining them into one activity. So continuous improvement, I think, is critical. If you want to stay as a business, if you want to always have value, you need to be an activist in continuous improvement.
Yeah. So write the goal down, have a plan, put the plan in place, implement it, make sure I'm documenting my progress, and continue to work towards it on a steady pace.
Yep, that's it in a nutshell. And one more thing I'd add to that is measure it, so that you know you have the improvement. So you can say, I know I've saved an hour. I know that customer now has a proposal that's exactly what he asked for or her, not 300 pages. So, you need to measure it. Just make sure all the time you can say, did that value or did that activity save me.
Yeah.
Because there's some that may not.
Yeah.
And you move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Once you start doing that because you're measuring, then you'll start to see the real savings in your process improvement.
Well, that's great. That is a really good overview of why I should be continuously improving my business. So thanks, Andrew.